Good morning. Welcome to Janine's Creative Cooking. This morning I want to talk to you a little bit about what I have on plan for the menu today. Today we are working on some cream of asparagus and mushroom soup. Also, I had quite a bit of fresh salmon this last Friday on Fish Friday. So I roasted quite a bit in the oven. So today I'm going to work on some salmon pot pies as well as some fresh salmon croquettes with you guys. Thanks for joining. I hope you get inspired. Thanks for coming along on my kitchen explorations. And I look forward to just posting this up and getting feedback from you guys. And I will be posting it up soon. Thank you. So I'm getting the asparagus ready. I've snipped the bottom ends off for the asparagus and mushroom soup. So I have just poured a mixture of about a fourth cup of olive oil and half a stick of butter with a heaping half teaspoon of garlic in it and melted it in the microwave. So I've poured this over the asparagus, the mushrooms, and the onions. I have also sprinkled it with some sea salt, black pepper, white pepper, and I'm going to put it in the oven and let it roast for about 15 minutes. So I've taken my asparagus and onions and baby bell mushrooms out of the oven after 15 minutes on 350. And now I am chopping them into smaller pieces, in particular the asparagus, to get it ready to cook. Now, one of the items in my kitchen that has been a lifesaver for me, and I know not everybody may have something like this, is I have a Ninja Foodie. I love it. It is, and I'll show it to you guys. It is not only a mixer or blender, a juicer, but it also cooks. So I have had a lot of success with cooking soups in it. But if you don't have that, you can also do this on the stove. I know that I'm wanting to show you how to do this in the Ninja Foodie. But I may also set aside a small portion to do on the stove. The only thing with doing this on the stove, whereas the foodie goes ahead and purees the vegetables after they're done cooking, you will have to puree the vegetables, let them cool and puree them in whatever blender you have after it's all done, and make sure they're pureed real creamy. So I think I will save a small portion of this and do just so that you can see how to do this if you don't have a Ninja Foodie. Okay, I will be posting or getting back with you on the next section here shortly. So I'm going to show you how to make this soup in the Ninja Foodie as well. So if you have something like this, what you need to do is put in some oil, maybe about a tablespoon of olive oil and a half a stick of butter, and let that kind of melt a little bit. You're going to end up putting this on the saute selection and the smooth soup selection after that goes off. So you can, even a way to shortcut this is to actually go ahead and melt, which might be even better. Melt the butter and the olive oil together in the microwave for maybe about 30 seconds or so. Then pour it into the Ninja Foodi, pour your vegetables in, and put in your seasonings. And I have taken a couple photos so you guys can kind of see what seasonings I used in the soup. And once you pour those vegetables in there and your seasonings, you're going to hit the saute selection. And it will saute it for about 5 minutes. Sometimes I do it twice and saute them for 10 minutes. So it gets all that seasoning and things in. And afterwards, I will add the vegetable broth and chicken broth. And maybe like a half a cup to a cup of water. And then about, I wouldn't put too much water because actually you're going to end up putting in some evaporated milk and some half and half. And we also are going to put in some evaporated milk and half in the soup that we're making on the stove. So I'll go ahead and get started on this and get back with you. So this is the Ninja Foodi doing this. Okay guys, so I have added my, sorry, that sound you hear is the Ninja Foodi going. I've added my evaporated milk and half, and I'm simmering this for a little bit longer. Then I'm going to take it off to cool and get my food processor ready, because I'm going to have to grind up the vegetables that are in the creamy broth. And before I do that step, one way that you can make the soup thicker is we're going to add, and I don't want it to be real bumpy, we're going to add about a tablespoon of, you could make that cornstarch or just all-purpose flour, and that will add a little thickness to the soup. I'm also going to throw a tablespoon in the Ninja Foodi so that soup will also be thickened. Here's the Ninja Foodi doing its work, creaming up the soup. Okay, everyone, welcome back. I'm going to talk now about how to make some salmon croquettes. So I, as I mentioned, had a lot of fresh salmon left over that I had broiled earlier in the week, or on Friday actually. And my daughter asked me about salmon croquettes this morning, and I thought, wow, well, you know what? I have a lot of salmon, so I'm going to make salmon croquettes. So these are your basic ingredients that I have out. I have some sea salt, some pepper, onion. You can have a green bell pepper. I've got some multicolored peppers, egg, some cracker crumbs you're going to need, and some flour. I have my food processor out because my kids sometimes don't like to taste a lot of onion and things, or the chunky pieces of onion. So I'm going to blend those up in the food processor along with the peppers and get that started. And then I'm going to break up my fish and start mixing together. Break up the fish, put it in the bowl, put in the vegetables, and then I will crumble some cracker crumbs. I use about a tablespoon of flour. Put in the sea salt and the pepper. Throw in, this might take about 2 eggs. I have 1 egg out here, but you probably use about 2 eggs. And those will be the basic things I use. If you don't have any fresh salmon, that's okay. Because also a lot of times what I would normally use is just some canned salmon. I have some pink canned salmon. I like sometimes when I make salmon croquettes, mix in my salmon with a small can of tuna. But you don't have to do that. It's just something I like. So anyway, I'll get back with you and show you the next step. Salmon croquettes cook very fast, so you want to have them on like a medium high heat. Um, so watch them very closely. I'm sorry, that's the ninja going on. So they cook really fast. So I managed to accomplish making the cream of asparagus and mushroom soup and the fresh salmon croquettes along with I actually, and I didn't videotape this. My daughter loves my macaroni and cheese from scratch. So we had a really good dinner tonight. We had um, the salmon croquettes, which they loved, love. We also had the homemade macaroni and cheese, some peas, and a couple other entrees. So I didn't get around to making the salmon pot pies, so I will do that in another video or tutorial. But I look forward to having another kitchen exploration from Janine's Creative Cooking that I will be bringing to you soon. Um, so if you have any questions, just put them down in your comments section and I will try to get back to you as I see them. I hope you've enjoyed this, and thank you for any feedback you have for me. And I will be posting again soon.